leadership on soccer teams is often one of those things that it's talked about. Some teams it's put into place, but oftentimes it isn't nurtured and developed in a way that really makes it an asset to the team. And for the last 10 years, I've had the privilege of teaching a leadership course, and I teach it for a few different clubs here in the area where I am. And I thought it'd be useful today just to go over some of the different risks and rewards that go along with being a leader on the team. And this is a really powerful lesson that we do in the course. And a big reason that it's so powerful is because oftentimes, especially at younger ages, captainship can be viewed as a popularity contest or, coach's favorite players, something like that. But true leadership is far from that. And I want to bust a few of those myths about leadership and really help you to understand that if you want to be a captain on your team, even if you're not a captain, even if you want to be a leader on the team, there's a lot of risk involved, and this will help you to look at that. And the source that I've used for the last 10 years for my leadership classes, and I recommend this book all the time, not just for my classes, but also for my clients who are finding themselves in leadership positions on their teams. But this is a great book. It's Jeff Jansen's The Team Captain's Leadership Manual. You can find it right on Amazon or on Jeff Jansen's site. And I love it because it's a very practical book. I often call it the job description of being a team captain. It's very practical. It's an easy read. It's very straightforward. You can read a chapter today, take it out to the field this afternoon, and put it to work. Okay? It's a great, great book. So let's jump right in here. And this information I'm taking directly from the book, as I do with the classes. And I hope it will get you to think a little bit more about what's in store for you as you develop as a leader. So the first thing is, let's look at the rewards. Now, the rewards of captainship are surprisingly few. That might surprise you, but number one is helping others succeed. So as a leader, assuming you're a good leader and you're invested in your team, a big part of that job is figuring out what makes other people tick and helping them to push themselves so they become better players. The second one is having an impact on your team's success. And obviously, as a leader, if we're invested in ourselves and our team and we become successful, it's easy to feel like we had a part in that. And then number three is getting in leadership positions in your youth really helps you to get some experience that can pay off later in life. So it helps position you for future leadership because being a leader is not easy, and the more practice you have at dealing with conflict and learning how to take leadership roles on a team will help streamline your learning for later on. Okay, so that is the list. All right, so those are all super valuable and super important, but those are the rewards. Let's talk about risks. And according to the leadership manual, let's see, we've got a list of 8 of them. Okay, and I think you're going to identify with all of them. We're going to go through these relatively quickly since it's a long list. Number one, first risk, as a leader, you will always be watched. So more is expected of you as a leader, and so every little thing will be scrutinized not only by the coach, but by your teammates, maybe even by their parents. Okay, so you will always be watched. Number two, trust and respect are extremely fragile. And as a leader, you oftentimes hold that in your hand. And so what you say, what you do becomes very important because trust and respect are some of the cornerstones of good leadership. If you want people to follow you, they need to respect and trust you. Number three, and this is an important one, especially for our younger leaders, you won't always be liked. Leadership is tough. It puts you in a tough position. We're going to talk about a few other things that relate to this, but you have to do what's right, and oftentimes that's not the easy thing, and it's not the most accepted thing. So you have to go against the grain, and not everybody's going to appreciate it. So you won't always be liked as a leader. Number 4, some teammates might be jealous of you. They think maybe you're getting more attention from the coach, or they think maybe you're getting more playing time because you're a captain, whatever it may be. Sometimes jealousy issues can pop up when you take on a leadership role. You're going to have to deal with conflict. That's the next risk. And like most human beings that I know, conflict, we just rather not deal with it at all. We'd rather avoid it, okay? So as a leader, you are stepping into the role of helping your team and your coach and everybody involved deal with conflict. And it's not easy, but it is a skill that can be developed, and a very useful one. Number 6, you will take the heat when things go wrong. So just like you get to feel like you had, some impact on the success of your team, that works the other way too. When things don't go well, leadership often gets blamed, okay? And you are first in line for that. So you have to be ready for that when it comes. Number 7, this always creates a lot of interesting discussion in our classes. You will be caught between a rock and a hard place at times. And what that means is you will find yourself in situations where there's no win. Because if you make one decision, the team isn't going to be happy about it. If you make another decision, the coach isn't going to be happy about it. And you are the one stuck in the middle. And it's a difficult, uncomfortable place to be, but it's an important part of leadership. And it will force you to dig down deep and figure out what the right thing is to do. Number 8 is you might be disappointed, because even if you are a great leader, even if your heart is in the right place, even if you're taking great action, that still requires people to choose to follow you. And they may not, for a variety of reasons, most of which have nothing to do with you. So it's hard. It's a very complex thing to get good leadership to really work. And despite all your effort, it may not work the way you want it to. All right, risk and rewards. A real quick lesson here. Jeff Jansen's Team Captain Leadership Manual. And get out there, get this book, get out there, put it to work today. It's a great resource. All right, take care.